All right, here we go. OneNGlen back in action with another install video. All right, next stop, wheels will be off the Jeep and we'll be getting ready to take off the rotor. All right, so the rear rotor is giving me a hard time coming off. I just watched a quick tutorial and clearly I wasn't using a big enough hammer. It is really a pain to get off. I think it's just because the rust and corrosion out here in the Midwest. But I broke out my little mini sledge. I have not taken it off yet, so you're gonna go with me and we're gonna bash this sucker off. The video literally shows the guy just like raps on it because the rust kind of binds together back there. So let's give this bad boy a whirl. The rear caliper housing that it sits on the front, it was a 21 millimeter. On the rear, it's an 18 millimeter. And you got to use a wrench because there's not much space to get in there with a ratchet and a socket. So it's an 18 millimeter for the rears. And let's go ahead and knock this thing out real quick. Let me set the GoPro up. All right, here we go. Got my gloves on real quick. So there's a little space here in this little shield. We're just gonna swack it right there. And from what the guy looks like, he just hit it one time real hard. I was hitting it, I was seeing some movement. I was using the back side of my crescent wrench to kind of hit it right here. The guy said the rears are really bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break out my 3-pound mini sledge and give this thing a whirl. Grab my lucky pry bar here. Let me turn it. Oh, no. Turn it this way. Hit it again. All right, YouTube, this is a pain in the ass. So I literally finally got this piece of junk off here. First off, my Jeep is an automatic. Finally got it off there. You want to say hi to YouTube? No. Wow, she's trying to duck from us YouTubers. Finally got it off there. Had to beat the crap out of it. And it is rusted like crazy. So I think there's a ton of rust in here.
So we should probably move to a state where you don't have rust.
Exactly. We should move to a state without rust. You hear that, YouTubers? I agree with her on that. Anyways, I have an automatic and I don't use my e-brake that often. And I'm wondering if that is the cause of the buildup of so much rust under there. I have no idea. But I finally got that piece of junk off. Getting ready to put it together. They go back together the same way as they came apart. All right, here we go. Second one came off in about 2 minutes. Let me kind of show you what I did. So I'm sitting from the back side like this. And there's a gap in this shield right here. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my 3-pound mini sledge. I'm smacking the heck out of it one time super hard. I go to the front side, I hit it back in. I take my long little pry here and I rotate it right here. One lug nut. One lug nut. I repeat. Smack the heck out of it from the back side, hit it from the front side to reset it, rotate it, one lug nut. Literally, when I got around to the 5th one, it came right off. So the trick to these things, if you live in the Midwest and you want to change your rotors, a 3-pound mini sledge or bigger, and you got to really wrap on these things. The first one I worked on for like 20 minutes because I didn't know what was going on initially. I saw the rust that was coming out from the bottom, but I couldn't really figure out why it was being held on so dang tight. That's what it is. So 5 really hard whacks at each lug nut as you rotate it, and the thing came right off. Ton of rust in there. I used some brake cleaner, cleaned it all out inside there. All right, so just a quick little wrap up. We got the Jeep completed, rotors, pads, all that stuff. I showed you how to do it on one tire. All the rest are relatively the same. The trick to the rears is, if you live in the Midwest and you have rust everywhere because of salt, the trick is to beat the hell out of it with a hammer. Like a mini sledgehammer, not a regular hammer, a mini sledgehammer. That's when I ended up getting it off. The first one took me about probably 15 minutes, and then I figured out kind of the trick to doing it. And what I did was I would hit it really hard from the inside going out, and then I would tap it back into place, and I would rotate it one lug. And then I would smash the hell out of it, and I'd tap it back in, I'd rotate it one lug. I literally hit it 5 times hard, you know, one on each lug, and the thing came right off. On my passenger side, what I was doing was I was smashing it and I was rotating it 180 like this, and I was hitting this side, and then I was rotating it 90 and hitting it there, and then 180. So I was trying to go like that. It's easier just to basically hit it off each lug going around, and it came right off way easier. But you do have to hit it hard to get it off there. Everything is back together. I also knocked out an oil change, and I threw a new air filter in there. And I rotated the tires, 5 tires. So the back tire came off the Jeep, came on, rotated them all back into place. And if you are doing a brake job on a Jeep or really anything and this tutorial helps, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you watch my buddy Fonzo over in this corner or this corner. I don't know where it shows up. Subscribe to his channel, subscribe to my channel, and watch any other videos that you haven't seen. I got about 160 videos up now. Check them out. All right. OneNGlen out. Thanks for subscribing. Tell all your friends, friends of friends. See ya.